Hey guys, hope you guys are all doing really well. So today's lesson is going to be a little different from the usual. We're going to be hearing from a few other musicians. What they're going to be telling us is their roles on the instruments within a band and also how they worship with the instruments. So these are all guys who play in a worship team. They're all good friends of mine and I've been playing with them for a few years now. So we're going to be hearing from them. At the end of the video, there's also going to be a music video that you guys can check out where we're all playing together at a praise and worship event. So I hope you guys enjoy it and that you get a lot out of this. So have a good listen to what they have to say and be inspired. Cheers, guys.
Hi everyone, my name is Tristan and I'm an acoustic guitarist and a worship leader at Redemption Church. And the reason I love worshiping so much and the reason I love just being a worship leader is it allows me to really just try and create an atmosphere that will allow people to be ministered to by Jesus. Because ultimately, as a worshiper or worship leader, we have zero ability to actually change somebody, but Jesus can change everybody. So that's why I worship and why I'm so passionate about worship leading, because you can really take someone that's really been struggling and just lead them to a place where God can minister to them. So that's why I worship, that's why I'm so passionate about it, and that's why I'm so passionate about worship leading, because it just allows people to connect with their Abba Father.
Hey, my name is Lance Liebenberg and I play the drums. A drum's primary function in a band is to first of all keep tempo, is to help all of the musicians and instruments to play in exactly the same tempo. So your timing has to be exactly perfect. You will, as a human, go a little bit faster or slower with the drums, but being more proficient in your instrument keeps your tempo much better. Second of all, you are responsible for the different rhythms for a specific song, whether that is country, swing, let's call it a different time signature, 3/4, 6/8, 12/8, blues, jazz. That is the responsibility of the drummer, is to actually play in the correct rhythm and play it in tempo as well. In terms of worshipping on the drums, because it's such a dynamic instrument in terms of different sounds available, whether it is from your cymbals to your snare to your kick drum to rim shots, we've got quite a wide vocabulary of sounds available to us. But this also lends itself out to worship very nicely. If there's a section that it's a bit quieter, where it's a bit more intimate, we can start swelling on the cymbals, we can start a slight drum roll on either the floor tom and come in with a bit of a snare. So worship is very dynamic on the drums as well, and depending on your field, you can get across where the worship leader is trying to go as well. As long as we are always open and sensitive to where the worship leader is trying to go, if they're trying to build, if they're trying to bring it down, if they're trying to go into a song, if you need to try and speed the tempo up or bring it down, you can even take tempo out completely, just keeping on the cymbals and slight rolls now and then to create a bit of ambience. But the drums are a very dynamic instrument to worship with, as long as you remain sensitive.
Hi, my name is Andrew and I play the piano in my worship team. The piano's role is multifaceted. From rhythmical to melodic, the piano fulfills all of those needs. From a rhythmical perspective, the piano will often complement what the rhythm section is doing. From a melodic perspective, the piano can often be required to follow a melodic line or play a specific prescribed part that can be accompanied by other instruments. The piano is often also there to fill the space in music, which another instrument might not be doing. if there are many instruments in your worship team, the piano has to be very careful in terms of how much it does. Pianists can sometimes get a little bit too busy in what they do, and so it's very important to be conscious of what the other members of the band are doing. One of the most important functions of a pianist or a keyboardist is to be there to fill the quiet spaces in music, which often happens when songs transition from one to the other. There might be a key change that needs to be put in place, and the piano is very important in that regard. I find in my context, in my perspective, my instrument is very important in how I worship. There is nothing more wonderful for me to be able to just play my instrument and worship through it. I am lucky enough to be able to sing as well, but sometimes it's nice to just have the voices stop and allow the piano to worship. Being musical, that's my outlet, that's my expression. And you'll find that with most musicians, that is often their outlet to a deeper connection with God. And that's what music does. And that's what's so important and so wonderful about the piano, is being able to do that.
So obviously you guys know I'm Byron, and I play bass guitar. And the bass guitar's function and role in the band is to lay a foundation for the rest of the musicians. It's more of you could almost see it as a servant instrument. So it serves the rest of the band, making sure that they can do whatever they need to do because it's a nice strong foundation laid for them. So if we have singers and other guitar players playing all sorts of nice melodies and things, they need a foundation in order for that to be there. Otherwise it would sound really, really empty. And the bass guitar works really closely with the drummer as well. The two of us determine how the feel of the music is going to be. So whether it's getting faster or slower, or if it's feeling really happy or a little bit more downbeat, we take care of that and just make sure that the musicians can do what they need to do and not have to worry about there being a foundation for them. So we work, bass players work really, really closely with drummers. And what worship means to me, obviously I'm praising my Father, that's one thing, but I'm also connecting with the Lord as my Father. And so it's like a real intimate sort of thing for me with the Lord. And specifically in worship music, it's funny because I'm actually not a big fan of worship music. It's not something that appeals to me that much. I mean within the style of the stuff that we do. But I obviously do enjoy it very much. It's great to play with all the guys and do that. But it's not the first sort of music that I would listen to. But there's something really special about praising God with music. And I can always just, like you have these goosebumps moments and things when you play that kind of music. Because obviously it's praising God. The other thing I really enjoy about it is the fact that we get to serve people. A lot of people come to church or events where we play at and they're a little bit downtrodden and they're sad about what it could be a million reasons, and the worship music really just helps them to connect with the Lord and just experience His love and His peace and His grace. So that is a really big part of it for me as well, as like I get to serve other people with my instrument, and that's really awesome. So that's me, and that's bass.
you are